Hi there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate from the Journal Nest in Australia and thank you for joining me. This is a video that I'm filming in the dark, but it's something that I was just really called to do because I've had the most fabulous day and I'm hoping you have had a great day or have a great day planned ahead. But really this is a celebration of all of us who make, all of us who enjoy being in this online community and in a um, real community as well. So today I've been out at the Green Door Studios in Robertson with the lovely Zoe and a packed house. And the buzz was so great that I've stitched a lot, but not as much as maybe I had ever dreamed, because you don't worry about the stitching so much as about enjoying and joy of just being together and making together and looking at each other's work. So this is a welcome to all of those of us who are online and maybe not able to be in the same room, but this is going to be a quick update on where I am in the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Challenge prompt. I am finishing prompt, oh gosh, here we go, 6. Was it the vessels? Yeah, 6. So, and I have the absolute joy to um, to have the company of Rachel and Sarah's mum, Judy, today around the table, and what a blessing that was. So here's a bit of a touch of juju, this beautiful mustard cotton that is so symbolic in her work and is finding its way into my nests. So if you've seen my previous sharings, I have made 2 vessels so far, both of them nests. So this is where I started, and then there will be shadows tonight because I'm not good at this nighttime filming, but I couldn't stop myself, you know me. So this is the neutral one with the doily on the bottom. It's a perfect little hold in your palm size. And then I did share with you on the weekend that I was inspired to do a bigger nest, and I presented you with a couple of options that I would have this center and work around the sides, but I didn't know which side would be the out and which would be the in. So I'm just going to take you on a quick tour of it so far. This is sideways and then we'll go center. But those words of making a garden, flower upon flower, one flower leads to another, is my inspiration. So if you are just joining me now, background is this is a vintage tablecloth that I just found in the local Vinnies. Very bold colours for me. I've never done a piece with a pattern, but it had both stripes and checks on it, and it just spoke to me. So that's where I've been working on the edge, but I've also now started on the inside. So I'm going to give you a little bit of flip because I realized I didn't actually have to commit to one side or the other. Okay, so let me show you this way. So this is the base. Judy asked me, is it finished? And now I see that no, it's not. So I need to embellish this center. We might have a look at that in this session, not sure. But if I go, someone actually thought this might have been a hat. Kate is getting bolder thanks to your encouragement, but not yet bold enough to make this as a hat. So push this in and pull it up. So it's a vessel, that's a nest, and it's reversible. So there we are, we have the insides, shadows again. Oh gosh, which ways will I go? And then, but on the outside, now I have this blanket again, and op shop find. Oh no, this was sewing basket as the additional layer, I suppose I'd call it. And I'm starting to embellish this out here. Okay, so that's where I'm up to, and I haven't done anything on the base, which if I thought about it, I could have put something down. But let's see where we go. So I hope you are stitching along. It's not going to be a hugely long one, but let's dedicate today to all of those who make, those of all who feel that need to just express themselves and that find joy in making. So apologies if it's not fantastic vision, but I would just love to share these final parts on this vessel with you. And of course the challenge is, if I finish this, I've still got till, what is it, next week, when the new 6-month prompt comes in. So will I make another vessel? Pam, I love yours. Or I've seen amazing ones on Facebook. How many vessels will we all make? I made two covered baskets or boxes. Maybe I need to make three vessels. Who knows? Inspiration will come. So, as Kate has always said, let's start with the joy of slow stitching. Sorry, I can see that end there, and that needs to go. Now, I know many of you are also on this journey, and as always, I give absolute. We were talking about that today at the Green Door Studios, like for Rachel and Sarah to think of this idea, not sure how many years ago it was now, but that has united the world in stitching is just an incredible thing. So immense gratitude and thanks to them. I went back over the weekend, so I'm just going to get rid of all these loose ends. And I saw that the girls started out their volume 1 of Stitchery with a sampler book, and I watched some of those, and so thanks to them I've added these. I'll pull them up. Crosses to my work. I'm absolutely loving them, and in true Kate style, once she discovers a stitch, it goes everywhere. So all around here, and I've got some more patches. Oh, here, really enjoying. So I think they're just, I don't know what they're called. They're sort of a variation on a cross stitch. And up here as well. So if you are like me, like to feel the texture of fabric that is getting sewn and sewn and sewn, is just joyous. I'm also having to send immense love to my mum tonight, because I was supposed to take her to the sewing basket tomorrow, but she is not well, and it sounds like now she may have a chest infection. So Mum, love you so much, and when you get better you might be able to watch this, and it will just be not yet moment. Meaning we can't go out for our coffee yet. So what's Kate doing right now? I've got the mustard thread, and I'm doing like a back stitch with some gaps in between it, and I want to fill in this little space, so I'm going to just relax first. there's 3 rows of cantha or running stitch, and now I want to celebrate with some daisies. So I know a few people have joined me just recently over the weekend and even today, so welcome, welcome, welcome to this beautiful community where we share what we do. And support and love each other. I just need to do one little chain here if that's in the shadow, sorry. But as always, this is about you relaxing and stitching alongside me. You don't have to watch, you don't have to listen. Just know that I'm here with you and you're with me. Oh, just pulled the thread off. Let's go this way. So again, the variety of what everyone was working on at the Green Door was incredible. So there is our amazing Missy Jacobs, who is like in the blink of an eye there she was, dressed in an amazing coat that she's making out of blankets and embroidering and appliquing, like on fire, girl. Keep going. We had stitching, we had crocheting, we had quilts, cross stitching. There's just quilting, of course. Everyone just brings their own work, and we spend so much time laughing and catching up and asking questions and just caring for each other. And I'm a newbie, so I'm very, very grateful that I have found a place of welcome. And we did talk so much about the good things about technology, in that I know just in my short time on YouTube I've met people all over the world, and I say meet because when you watch and respond to me and I write back, we start a connection, and that is an incredibly powerful and positive thing, especially when some of us feel alone and don't have a lot of people to talk to in a day. The fact that we can know that we can turn on YouTube and listen to a voice. Okay, so 3 daisies in mustard. Now let's, I don't know if you're going to be able, see it's so shadowy. How am I going to fix that? I hadn't planned for this, but okay, let's go the other way. Let's work on this. So this is a doily. I don't know whether I got this locally or on my trip. It doesn't matter. It's just that it's being given a new life, and it needs some more definition in the middle. I could add a piece. Yes, I could add a piece. So let's audition this little bit of tablecloth. Of course, it's not a perfect circle. Okay, can't cut circles. Yep. Right, let me see. I need something pink. I'd love to use crochet cotton, but it might be too... Okay. Oh my goodness. So this one I threaded up before, not knowing what I'd do with it. So let's like those pointy bits. So try and round them. Put that on there. A little bit of green. Haven't got much green. Isn't it funny what colours we end up loving? And I know some of the people that, that I make with are just going, Kate, what's going on with you with all of this colour? Because I truly did start with my neutrals in my journals, and I still love, love, love. But at the moment, making and this life is bringing me such joy that I think it's just exploding in this expression of colour. And who knows where it will lead. So this is just a visible, but not meant to be decorative stitch. And it's so many layers. Kate's trying to push through. Oh, goodness. I really went deep. Oh, there we go. Table's creaking. Must be all the weight of me today. It's worth it, everyone, even if it's tough going for something like this, a centerpiece. Well, it's not a centerpiece, but you know what I mean. I'm centralizing. Oh, see, that's Kate. Pick up a random pair of scissors on when you're stitching one stitch. Okay, so we're nearly round, which means this piece is anchored. Just bring that up. So now we have all this loose crochet. I'm thinking I may not have enough cotton, but oh gosh, sorry about the creaks, everyone. I'm wondering if I can now do a stitch that imitates the crochet all the way around. So this is a chain in pink. On top of the crochet. So this is the variegated wool. visible, but I know it's there, and it's just adding a little layer, because if it's in the center of the nest, it will be used to inspire me. Remember, not perfect. Follow your heart till you I might do all this, and you might say, okay, I can't see a single difference, but the satisfaction comes with, for me, bonding the stitching, new stitching embroidery with your piece. Okay. Try and pick up the speed, so just you do you and your making, and I'll just be quiet for a quick while. I'm not clever enough to turn the video off and come back. Don't know how to do that yet. So you just these huge chain stitches to meld the fabric to the crochet. Okay. So I am thinking about what you're making and all the amazing variations that we get out of making when we are us. We were talking about that today, that we can all have similar supplies and set out to do the same thing, but there will not be one identical project. And in terms of vessels, we were saying, you know, Sarah and Rachel, their vessels are different, but when you magnify that by, I don't know how many thousands of people are doing this challenge, like, that is mind-boggling. And how wonderful that we've all been inspired without being restrained. I think that's the difference. Okay, that's a giant one there. I need to that by seeing others work, it actually just frees us to be ourselves, and we go, oh, we really like that. So I'm hoping you can see now I'm getting more of the pink showing as a link to the yellow. There we go. If it's shallow, apologies again. It's just about the experience of us stitching together. The beauty of doing a two-sided reversible work, we're just going to see in action. So there is my last chain. Now I'll just show you my wonky in the middle. So we've got that. I don't know whether you can see those stitches around, but I blended them into this, and now I'm just going to put that needle down, and then instead of this being the back of the work, here's an opportunity to do something on the middle. And Kate hasn't planned this, but here's my nest that I took out today Now we just use one of those. I've got some little pieces here. This is what I do, just harvest. Oh, that's pretty. I have that there. Too big. A little bit of pink. Red might be too bright. Oh, that's a US piece. Okay, little addition. So here's sorry, I'm going to stand up and just check. So much shadow, but let's look down here. I've got all of these bits on the sides, and if it was this way rather than this way, trying to work out which way I can see the light and doing the audition. That. I feel like I need something more underneath it though. I've got a piece of that there. Okay. Have I got anything else? I've got this one. Oh, so that's rounder and pinker. And could this be the baby flower within there? Maybe. Okay. So here we go. Best way is, who knows the best way? It's just Kate working it out. If I turn this for a minute here, like this blanket, find the needle and look at this piece here, which is rather large. Oh, have I got my mum's scissors? Have I got proper scissors to go with? I am thinking we need to trim it down a little bit, so I'm going to sacrifice this outer pink for the moment. I'm trying for a rounder shape. We talked about getting started on projects as well today, and I thought, you know, for some of us, that's the hardest thing. Where do we start? And I suppose in my brief journey doing these prompts, it's just to absorb, to look at other people's ideas, gather your favorite things around, and then just do it. Okay, I'm not caring. Oh, I am caring actually, because that one's there and this is there. So let's face this one the opposite. Across the squares, I've got a thread coming out from before, so let's just take a guess, pull it through. Might do a little pin if I could find one. I mean, what a blessed life we have if we can get to make in the day, and especially in the weekday. I spent so many years of my life not being able to do this, so I just appreciate it incredibly. Okay, my plan is I'm just going to use some running stitches. I don't care whether we see them or don't. And we're going to come out and anchor this piece, number one. And I find if there's any line being drawn, it's a bit like colouring in, isn't it? And join the dot. You follow that line, you can't go wrong. Oh, sorry about that. Hasn't creaked in a while, this. Must have been Zoe's golden syrup cake that I've had a slice of today. Just check that we haven't paused. You can see sort of what I'm doing. There are no mistakes this way. Like it's just evolves, follow a pattern, follow your heart. So I was worried about the stripes on that tablecloth, but what this is doing is sort of celebrating the colours as the inspiration for the story. And now we're not deliberately covering them up, but we're enhancing and embellishing. Decisions. Let's go down here. Take that pin out of the way. I've gone quiet again because I was just thinking of all of us makers on our separate projects, some in tininess, some in big broad strokes, some painting. Oh yes, and a wonderful, wonderful maker today was weaving raffia baskets. One day she's stitching, next day she's having an art exhibition, and now baskets. It's just the most wonderful celebration to see each other's work. So if you ever have an opportunity to go to a in-person, I hope you do. And if not, how wonderful is it that we can celebrate us all together doing this at whatever time of the day or night works for us. Okay, nearly done now. So I haven't gone around this whole piece, but you're going to get the idea. Just going to stick that through to the bottom. So there we go. So let's do a quick recap. This is my second vessel. Someone said which is the best part, and I go, I don't know, but I'm hoping you get some idea. It's applique, it's stitching, it's little bits of randomness, and my whole idea, oh, there we are, one flower leads to another, and so that equates from the randomness of my garden. Here's a piece of that napkin, not the tablecloth, that's added around there. We've stitched this centerpiece on, which I think it's I loved the doily, but when you add these other layers, there's the peekaboo from before. Cut that off. Frayed here. Inside now we have a piece that I will embroider, and then there's the wools. And so any time of the day I can pick this up and add a little bit more. I'll probably do some blanket stitching around the top. But oh, there's that bluebird of happiness. And so these are special daisies that I did today in my new, oh, what do we call that colour? Gone blank. With some flowers, but pink, bluebirds, flowers, friends, community. Oh, I could even end up using it like that. What more can we ask in life, everyone? Thank you so much for your companionship, for your company. To Rachel and Roxy, Rachel and Sarah, as always, as the Roxy sisters, you've inspired the world. Thank you. And this is Kate from me in my journal nest. Doesn't need much tidying compared to my journal pieces. Hope you've enjoyed and got something out of this. Sending blessings until next time. This is Kate saying bye.